إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا إنه من يهد الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمد عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. إخوة الإيمان السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us another beautiful opportunity today to gather here on this beautiful day of Yom al-Jumu'ah for our intended Salat al-Jumu'ah. Today, being the 13th day of the month of Sha'awal, year 1445 after the era of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is equivalent to the 23rd day of February, year 2023. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to shower His mercy upon the noble soul of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, his companions, and those that follow his path, including us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us together, put us in Al-Jannah to Firdaus. Today, as we have promised, we are going to start the discussion concerning the expulsions of the Jews from Medina. And what led to that? What caused their invasion before their expulsion by Nabiyuna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We have mentioned to us several times that three particular clans of Jews were domiciling, or they domiciled in Medina. The first one was called, or is called, the Banu Qaynuqa. The second Jew, or the Jewish tribe, is called Banu Nadir. The third clan of the Jews is called Banu Qaynuqa. Each one of them, they were finally expelled from Medina, and they later went to Khaybar to go and settle. They are still existing to today. They are not existing to today. We are going to know, inshallah, bi-qudratillah. The incident of Banu Qaynuqa, the invasion and expulsion of Banu Qaynuqa, it happened in between the completion of the Battle of Badr and the commencement of the Battle of Uhud. So they are the aftermath events after the Battle of Badr. There are two incidences that happened. The first one was that of Safwan ibn Umayyah and Umayr ibn Wahab. Safwan ibn Umayyah and Umayr ibn Wahab, they were cousins. So because of the loss of the Quraysh during the Battle of Badr, the Quraysh were not happy. So the vengeance is still in them. The environment was tense that they want to go and do what? To go and revenge their loss on Nabiyuna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the companions and those that believe in him in Medina, to go and give them another attack. So Safwan ibn Umayyah and his cousin Umayr ibn Wahab, they sat down around Kaaba one very day. They were reminiscing about their loss. So Umayr now told Safwan that I didn't mean that I have some outstanding debts to settle. I would have gone to Medina to go and kill Muhammad, because they never accepted him as what? As Rasulullah. Unfortunately for Umayr ibn Wahab, his son was captured as a prisoner of war. So his son was still in Medina under the what? Under the arrest of the Muslims. So when he now said to Safwan that if not because of the what? Because of the outstanding debt, I would have gone to Medina to go and rescue my son and kill Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Safwan ibn Umayyah, his father used to be a figurative person in the society. His father was the master to whom? To Bilal ibn Abi Rabah. So Safwan now told Umayr that if you promise me that you will go and kill Muhammad the way they have killed our own fathers and bring back your son, whatever might be your outstanding, I will clear it for you. And whatever my family will benefit in, the way I will take care of my wife, the way I will be taking care of my children, I will also replicate that gesture into your family. You just go and kill Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That was what they said in their mouth. Umayr, nobody was there when him and Safwan were discussing. He now went home. He went and took his sword and his lance. He now baited the sword with poison, and the kind of poisonous substance that he used on that sword, there is nobody that sword is going to touch that will not be afflicted with an injury. Even his wife at home, he didn't tell her, despite the fact that the wife was asking, where are you going, where are you going? She never mentioned where he was going to his wife. He faced Medina. Approaching the Masjid Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Umar ibn Khattab cited him. Said, Aza Khabis, Aza Aduullah. Umar was the first person that cited him. And I said, this Khabis, this filthy person, this enemy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is coming. And Umayr, he hung his sword and his dagger, he hung it on his neck, like somebody that is going to fight. So Umar ibn Khattab went inside to go and meet Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He now told him that, Ya Rasulullah, this filthy person, Umayr ibn Wahab, is here, and this is the kind of physique, this is the kind of posture that he brought. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said they should allow him in, but the people around him, they should be at alert. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After some time, he gained access into where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sitting. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam now asked you, Ma ja'a bika ya Umayr? What has brought you here? He now told Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that he came to rescue his son. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam now asked him that if you have come here to come and rescue your son, why did you come here with this dagger and this sword? Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He now said, no, you only held them unto him because if you come across any animal along the road. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that wasn't your intention. You and your cousin brother Safwan ibn Umayyah, a particular day you were sitting around Kaaba and now you concluded that you will go to Medina to go and kill Muhammad. Had it been not that you have an outstanding debt, you will have engaged yourself on the journey. Umayr ibn Wahab now said, if not me and Safwan, no any other person. So definitely your Lord that you are asking us to follow, it is your Lord that must have told you, because nobody was around us. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That was how Umayr ibn Wahab, that was how he submitted to what? To al-Islam. Safwan ibn Umayyah in Mecca, he was dancing up and down that very soon you are going to receive a very big news. With the intention, his own intention was that Umayr would have killed Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But unfortunately for him, the dice changed to another direction. So Umayr now sat in Medina, he now learned Al-Quran under Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he himself said all the tales, all the fables, all the statements that he has been uttering against Nabi Muhammad, against Allah and against Al-Islam, now he wants to go and start to be reclaiming the Islam that they have dented the image, they want to reclaim it back. So he studied under Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Another lesson we need to learn here: anybody that accepts our religion from us, any liberty, we should teach them about our Islam. Not just ashhadu la ilaha illallah, you bait him as a liberty, then we now leave him. We should let them learn about what? About our Islam. So he learned under him. The very day he will return back to Medina, to Mecca, after studying under Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Safwan ibn Umayyah, he had already heard about how Ubay had embraced al-Islam. To cut it short, Safwan did not wait in Mecca for the arrival of Ubay because it has become something of shame to him. Ubay came back to Mecca. He started admonishing people. Lot of Mecca Quraysh, they accepted Islam from him. So during the Fatih of Mecca, the 8th year that Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came back for the conquest of Mecca, Safwan was nowhere to be found. Umar now went to meet Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that, oh Ya Rasulullah, please, I want amnu, I want protection, I want you to give me peace of mind so that I can recall back Safwan. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, I'm giving you the amn. Go and call him back. And whoever comes to us is going to be somebody that will be with peace. That was how Safwan ibn Umayyah, he himself at the 8th year, he now accepted al-Islam. This was the first thing that happened after the Battle of Badr. Now, Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as we have explained to us last week, he had already signed a treaty with the Jews and the Muslims of Medina. The Jews, they started having a good rapport with the Muslims in Medina. The House and the Khazrajites, they used to have a misunderstanding in those days. Jahillya. During the ignorant period, during the dark ages, they used to have confrontations that they don't used to have mutual relationship between them. No any understanding between them. It was when Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam now came that he now joined them together. He asked them to leave all the absolute jahillya. So one very day, an elderly man who was a Jew called Banu Qaynuqa, as he was going patronizing Medina, he now saw the Housi and the Khazrajites. He saw them the way they were relating together. He himself was not happy because the light of al-Islam has started what? Has started growing. Everywhere they've been hearing about Islam. And the House and the Khazrajites, they have also converted to what? To Islam. So he was not happy. He now went back home to go and call a young boy, a youth. That the youth should go in between the House and the Khazrajites. That you go and remind them of what they used to do in those days that led to the Battle of Badr. The Battle of Badr was a very ferocious battle that was fought in between the House and the Khazrajites before the migration of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to Medina. And they have some slogans that they used to chant. So this young boy that Banu Qaynuqa said to them, he now reminded them that have you people forgotten the kind of relationship you used to have in the past that led to the Buhar? Immediately, they thought of it again. The people that are already on the what? On the path of Islam, that they become what? They become brothers to each other. Along the line, they started having misunderstanding, and the message now got to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam now came because hostility has gathered again. He now said, Ya ma'ashar al-Muslimin. He didn't call them Ya ma'ashar al-Hawsi wal Khazraji because they are non brothers. He now called them, oh you the Muslims, Allah Allah. He said, Allah is one, and the Allah that made you to become Muslim is the one I'm calling unto you. Abdullahi jahillya. Wa anna bayna azarikum ba'da an hadakumullahu al-Islam wa akramakum bihi. Abdullahi, do you want to go back to the ignorant period, to the dark ages? Wa anna bayna azarikum. While me and within your midst, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has used me and has used this message to unify you. Do you people want to go back to the period of ignorance? After Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ba'da an adakum wa akramakum bihi. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had already guided you, wa akramakum bil Islam, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala honor you with al-Islam. Wa qada bi ankum amrul jahillya, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has separated you, and the period of jahillya, Allah has separated you from that. Wa tanfadakum bi min al-kufr wa alafa bayna qulubikum, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has distanced you from disbelief. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has united your word, has united your hearts together. Do you want to go back to that period of ignorance? Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam reminded them of this. And immediately, the house and the Khazrajites, they had a second thought, that what that little boy has done is to bring what? Enmity into us. Already we are getting enmity. Now they want to return it back to enmity. Immediately, they all agreed to what Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told them. And that was how they started to reconcile with each other. Now, Banu Qaynuqa, he was nowhere to be found. His aim was almost being achieved, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to dispel him, and it was dispelled. So, the second incident that happened in between Badr and Uhud that led to the expulsion of whom? Of the Banu Qaynuqa, was that the Banu Qaynuqa, they were not happy with the loss of the Quraysh, and they were not happy with the victory of the Muslims. And they used to have a gathering where they used to celebrate their bazaar, where they used to have their carnivals. And the first thing Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did, among the first thing that he did when he got to Medina, was to ask the Muslims to establish their own souk, to establish their own market, because the Banu Qaynuqa, they have their own market. So Muslims, they used to go there at times. When they gather to celebrate themselves, Muslims used to go there to go and what? To go and watch them, to go and catch fun. Because all this did not have negative impact on their what? On their Islam. After the Battle of Badr, anywhere they see any Muslim, they keep on hunting them. They keep on molesting them. They keep on humiliating them. They keep on intimidating them. When this thing now became aggravated, Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam now went to them. He now brought them together. He assembled them. He now talked to them that, oh, you Banu Qaynuqa, you the Jew of this particular, because these Banu Qaynuqa, they are the most wicked among the clans of the Jews that were residing in Medina. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam now called on to them. He now told them that, have you forgotten about the treaty that we agreed together? Have you forgotten about the charter that we raised together? That we are not going to humiliate each other. We support each other just to fight against any external forces that want to come and fight us here. Have you forgotten? Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam now told them that. Somebody now stood up, an elderly man among them. He now stood up. He now said, you Muhammad, And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had already told us, as I used to tell us, we should not call Muhammad, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not call Muhammad directly. Even in 2 places or 3 places that Muhammad was mentioned in Quran, there was an adjective before the Muhammad. Wama Muhammadun illa Rasulun qad khalat min qablihi rusul. The way Allah will call Ya Musa in midst of ethical aladness in risalati. Fahima atetika min ash. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not call Muhammad directly without attaching something to give him a what? A respect. So we should respect our malams, we should respect our imams, we should respect our scholars, those that respect themselves. The man of stood up and said, Ya Muhammad, don't be fool of yourself because you became victorious during Badr. You became victorious because the Quraysh that you fought, they were inexperienced in what? In battle. They are inexperienced in what? In war. That was what they told Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And you see this Banu Qaynuqa, they are master in goldsmithery. They are master in what? Blacksmithing. They are master in what? Craftsmanship. So they have opportunity of all this. They can use steel. They can use metal to design whatever they want. So in their custody, they have bounties of what? Of weapons. So the man has the audacity to confront Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that the Quraysh people that you fought, that you became victorious after the battle of Badr, they were inexperienced people about war. I didn't mean you fought people like us that are men. You will have known that you faced a challenge in your life. The man told Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam tried to cool down his temper and that of the companions that were around him. He left. And you know the companions, they will not be too patient like that. So Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, let us exercise patience. Let's see what the time is going to tell. And because of that incident, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now revealed 2 verses in Surah Al-Imran. Ba'da a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Allah said, Kulil ladina kafaru satughlabuna wa tusharuna ila jahannama wa bisal mi'ad. Qad kana lakum ayatun fi ataini taqatta fi'atun tuqatilu fi sabilillah wa ukra kafiratun yarawna mislaihim ra'yul aini wallahu yu'ayyidu bi nasri man yasha'u inna fi dhalika la'ibratan li ulil absar. Just because of this incident, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed those 2 verses. Allah now told Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Kul, oh Muhammad, tell them, lilladhina kafaru, to those that disbelieve, satughlabuna, that you, Muhammad, you and the believers, satughlabun, you are going to become victorious over them. You know the man told Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that the Quraysh that he fought, they are not what? They are not experienced about war. If Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam faced them, he's going to see pepper. Allah now told Nabi Muhammad that give him a response. Satughlabun, you are going to become victorious. What to Usharun, and we are going to gather this Quraysh. After you became victorious over them, we are going to gather them. What to Usharuna ila jahannama. After you might have killed them, you might have fought them, mercilessly. We are going to gather them together in Jahannam. Wabisal mi'ad. Allah said, woe unto where they are going to return back to. That their abode, their returning home, will be a place that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not be pleased with. Allah said, I'm giving you a sign, you, the believers, that we are reading unto now, the way Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam read unto the companions and those that care to listen. Lakum ayatan fi atay. There is a sign, there is a call, there is admonition fi atay concerning 2 groups. Al-fi'a is a group. Fi atay, 2 groups. Fi atay hum fi'atul muslimun wa fi'atul kuffar. Allah said, there is a lesson for you people. If you want to heed to the call of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala concerning, and if you want to learn, And if you want to know concerning the group of the believers and the group of the disbelievers, tuqatilu fi sabilillah, who are those? Who are the two groups? Those that are fighting the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa ukura, and the other one, kafira, they disbelieve in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the Muslimun, yarawnahum mislayhim ra'ayal ayni. They are seeing the kuffar, the Quraysh people that came from Makkah to come and fight them in battle on the plain of Badr. The Muslimun, they were 313 that day, as we have discussed when we were talking about Ghazwatul Badr. They were just 313, and they don't have enough equipment. How many camels do they have that day? How many hammers do they have? How many swords do they have? But the kuffar, they were 1,000. They have a countable number of what? Of weapons. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now said, the Muslimun, they are seeing the kuffar, the Quraysh, they are seeing them as if they doubled the number they were seeing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now said, no, they were triple the number of the Muslimun. The Muslimun were 300, right? The Muslim thought the Quraysh that they were looking, the kuffar, they were times 2 of the number of the Muslim. They were seeing them as what? As 600. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now told the Muslims that they were triple in number of what you are. And the Muslims were what? They were 300 times 3. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rounded it off and made them 1,000. So 1,000 disbelievers, they were facing 300 believers during the battle of Badr. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now said, Wallahu yu'idu bin nasri man yasha. It is me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that empower whoever I want to empower. Part of the empowerment that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did for Nabi Muhammad was to anzala alayhim halfun min al-malaikatil musawwimin. There are some angels, they will come with peace. There are some angels, they will come with violence. Musawwimina means they are here to destroy. It's in Quran. Anzila alayhim malaikatul musawwimin. 1,000 angels were asked to go and support the 300 Muslims. We have discussed all this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Wallahu yu'idu bin nasri man yasha. Whoever ever I want, I choose as my beloved one, I am Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that what? That will support that person. Inna fi zalika. Allah said definitely in this, la ibratan li ulil absar. For those that want to cogitate, for those that want to think, that want to have ibra. Ibra means those that can think deeply. Inna fi zalika. In all this that we have done to support the Muslim, la ibratan li ulil absar. For those that want to ponder about where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is a blessing in it. That was the response that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to the Jew that confronted Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This animosity was there in Medina. You know the environment is tense now. The Muslims had to be watching their back. The Quraysh, they were hunting the Muslims. The Jews, they were there. Also what? They don't want the expansion of the Dawla of Islam. They don't want it. So one very day, a Muslimah, a Mu'minah, an Ijabi woman, she now went to the market of whom? Of the Banu Qaynuqa, where they have their souk. She took her wares, what she's selling, she took it there to go and sell and dispose. After selling, so she need, maybe she need, you know, women with gold, jewelry. She needed something, maybe an item from a goldsmith man, and that goldsmith man is what? Is a Jew. So after the transaction, or during the transaction, the Jew who was a goldsmith man, he now told her that she should remove her clothes. He wants to see her. The Muslim man now said, no, it's unlawful for me. You can't see my face, you can't see my body. He wanted to flirt with her. So the goldsmith man who was a Jew, he now signaled another person who was behind the woman, and that one too was a Jew. So they now pinned down her hijab. They pinned her hijab down. So when the woman became furious to stand up, unfortunately for her, you know they have tied down her hijab from the back, so it exposes her what? Her body. So they started mocking her. You know, in some places, to the way they used to treat some of our sisters in hijab, in higher institutions, in hospitals, especially some of those idiotic nurses. When some of our women go through and deliver, the way they used to, because they are in hijab, all nasty things they used to say about them. To the extent that they tell some of them, we used to think you are holy, so you know where, so you can sleep with a man. They be telling some of our sisters like that. An incident just happened recently here in the UCA in Ubada. That a woman took her child who is having difficulty in breathing to a pediatrician here in Ubada just like 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago. And they insisted, a male nurse insisted that she must remove her niqab. It's on social media. The video was flying around. If they want to do it well, they will ask a female nurse to take her to one room to open her face. Maybe she is one of the Boko Haram they are looking for. That's the best thing you can do. They left the child that was in a difficult situation. It is the woman that they want to see her face that they are fighting before they will attend to the child. So those are the remnants of the what? Of the Jews of yesterday. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَنْ تَرِدُوا أَنْكَ الْيَهُودَ وَلَا النَّصَارَى أَتَّى تَتَّبِعَ مِلَّتَهُمْ. The Jews and the other disciples, and their disciples, and those other believing souls that do not believe in your Qala Allah, Qala Rasul, they do not believe in your La ilaha illallah, they will never be at peace with you with your religion. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَنْ تَرِدُوا. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has used walan, then which kind of friendship do you want to establish with them? So that Jew that pinned down a hijab, a Muslim brother also saw him from back. So he now ran down, he now chopped off the head of that Jew. And you know, it is in the area, in the domain of the womb of the Banu Qaynuqa. So Muslims around that place, they were very scanty. Before we close our eyes and open our eyes, the Muslim that cut off the Jew's head, he too has been massacred. They killed him immediately. So this information got to Nabiyyuna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When they got to Nabiyyuna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you know they had something on ground before. So they now violated the agreement that was written in the charter that we discussed last week. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now told Nabiyyuna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know he has been subfed. So he used to be a human being. Emotions will come over him, but we will never do anything. وَمَا يَنْتِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. Nabiyyuna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam will never do anything except what Allah asked him to do. Allah now told him, وَإِمَّنْ تَخَافَنَّ مِنْ قَوْمٍ خِيَانَةً فَانبِذْ إِلَيْهِمْ عَلَى السَّوَاءِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الْخَائِنِينَ. Surah Al-Anfal, Qur'an Chapter 8, verse 58. وَإِمَّنْ تَخَافَنَّ, oh you Muhammad, if you are scared of betraying the trust, because they have already become a betrayers. They are now a betrayer because they have done what? They have betrayed the Muslim Ummah, they have betrayed the woman, and they have betrayed Nabiyyuna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the treaty they agreed with together, because they have killed a Muslim. They cheated the woman. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said we should not allow this to happen. Allah now told him, "Wa imma takhafana min qawmi khiyanatan." If any body among those that have signed an agreement together, one person now betrayed the agreement, one person now violated the agreement. Fabris ilayhim ala sawa'i. Whatever they have done, you too you should replicate it back to them. Now they have called for war. Inna Allah la yuhibbul kha'inin. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, all those betrayers, I will never have interest in them, I will never love them. So they have betrayed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now told Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Indirectly, Allah is telling him to do what? Go and fight them. Because Allah wants justice. They are unjust. Immediately, Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam sent an emissary to them. That it's high time now. All what you have been doing all this while, all the humiliation, the ones that are visible and the ones that are not visible, it is now that you are going to pack. The judgment day has arrived now. I hope you are following me. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam now instructed the companions that we need to go and invade the Banu Qaynuqa, and that happened in the month of Sha'awal, the 15th day of Sha'awal, the second year after the hijrah of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That was how Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companion they now laid siege on their fortresses. And you know these Jews, they used to carve their buildings inside mountains, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them the opportunity in terms of architecture, in which the Arabs, the Quraysh, they don't have the knowledge. If you are talking in terms of architecture, if you are talking in terms of engineering, the Jews, they are there. They build their houses on top of mountains, inside hills, the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described the buildings of Samud and Ula, the group of the Samud. وَالَّذِينَ جَابُوا سَحَرًا لِلْوَادِ. The Jews, the Samudawas, they will just use their hand to carve a place on the mountain with the strength that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he laid siege on the Banu Qaynuqa, and they were there for like 15 days. It got to a time, Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam cut off, and his companion, they cut off their water supply, so they can't come out. So when the condition now became adverse, they used to have two friends during jahillya. One of their friends was Abdullahi ibn Ubay ibn Sulul, Ra'isul Munafiqun. And the second one was Ubada ibn Samit. So the Jew, Banu Qaynuqa Jew, they now send somebody to go and meet Abdullahi ibn Ubay ibn Sulul. And Abdullahi ibn Ubay ibn Sulul used to be a Muslim during the day and a Munafiq and Kafir during the night. You know, every time we used to mention his name, There was kufr on the land before Badr. It was after Badr that Munafiq or hypocrisy became rampant. Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Sulul got their information that Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has laid siege on them. He said he will do something to it. Ubada ibn Samit, he told the person that they sent to him that him is not going to be their Anif. The Anif is just like a licensing officer. That he used to be their friend then. But now, they are the one that violated the treaty. So he will never be their friend any longer. And he will oppose what? Whatever Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has decreed upon them. As we are going to see, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described this incident in the Quran. I hope we are following. Ubada ibn Samit, he said, I'm not going to go to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to plead on your behalf. Whatever might be your cross, you should carry it. Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Sulul, he now went back to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The first thing he did was, Ya Muhammad, I want you to remove the stringent condition you place on my what? On my friends, on my wali. I want you to remove this stringent condition. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not answer him. He now moved closer to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He now put his hand inside the armour that Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wore. He now started shouting, Ya Muhammad, I said you should remove the restriction you place on my people. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't answer him. He repeated it the second time. He repeated it the third time. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam now told him that, "Ursindri, leave me alone. Leave me alone." He now asked him, what do you want him to do for them? He now told Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that he wants him to remove the condition he has placed on them. Nabi Muhammad said, I'm not going to remove the condition. The only thing I can do for them as leverage is to place them on 3 days prosecution. After 3 days, they should evacuate this place. And you know, I told you, they have lot of weapons at their disposal because they have the mastery skill on those activities. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, after 3 days, they should leave, but they should move whatever they can move without weapons. They should move their food, move their wife, move their children, and whatever their camel or their animals can carry. Aside that, they should leave. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave this condition to Abdullahi, Banu Ubay, Banu Sulul, and that was how he passed it on to them. So after 3 days, they started moving. And they now moved to where? They moved to Azura. Azura is in a place, it's in Syria. It's a particular community in Syria. That was where they moved to go and settle. And as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will want it as of today, nobody is hearing about Banu Qaynuqa any longer. They existed and they are no more in existence. Indicating that any act of betrayal, you might be a superhero today, but tomorrow you yourself, your history will be removed from the earth's surface. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I hope you understood how they were expelled from Medina now. What they did. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't confront them, he didn't kill any one of them, he just asked them to move out. There was another narration that said that they were even tied. Their hands were tied and they were captured as prisoners of war. Wallahu ta'ala. But they were expelled from where? From Medina. After 15 days. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah now revealed unto him, just because of this, in Surah Al-Anfal, for us to understand what this Banu Qaynuqa incident was. Allah said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, those of you that you believe in me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and who will believe in Allah, are those that used to observe their words, their salawat, and believe in kalimat musharraf. Allah said, those of you that you believe, la tattakhizul yahuda wan nasara awliya ba'dhum awliya ba'd. None of you should take as a protector the Jews and the Nasaras, those that do not believe in al-Islam. Those that are calling Jesus the Son of God. Those that are calling Mary, Maryam, Sayyidatuna Maryam. Those that are calling her the wife of Allah. Those that did not believe in the day of judgment. Those that did not believe in the messagehood of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Those that did not believe that Jesus Christ, Nabi Isa, was a servant of Allah. He was a prophet and a servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have read it when we are discussing the return of Nabi Isa alayhi salamullah, when we did the tafsir of Surah Maryam. And Isa himself said, Inni Abdullah, Atani al-kitaba wa ja'alani nabiyya. Inni Abdullah, I'm a servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Atani al-kitaba. Allah gave me a scripture. And the scripture is what? Injil, the Bible. But the Bible that he claimed that was given to him, is it that same Bible that is in existence today? Inni Abdullah, I'm a servant of Allah, for him to have said that. So where did we see associating him to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as the begotten son of Allah? And he now said, after I'm a slave, I'm a servant of Allah. Atani al-kitaba, Allah gave him al-Injil. Wajalani nabiyyan, Allah made me to be what? To be a prophet. I'm a prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nothing else. وَجَعَلَنِي مُبَارَكًا أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُمْ. Wherever I am, Allah made me to become a what? A blessed child. That is where, anywhere they didn't mention Jesus Christ, only Jesus Christ, money will not flow there. Let's tell all our pastors. The real pastors and the fake pastors, tell them in any of their services, they should not mention Jesus Christ. Maybe they will receive any tithe in that church that month. Because he has said that he professed that Allah, وَجَعَلَنِي مُبَارَكًا أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُ. Wherever I am, I should be a blessed person. That was Nabi Isa alayhi salamullah. So Allah said, those that used to call Isa the son of God, and those Jews, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, they are friends of each other. They used to protect each other. Don't take them as your what? As your awliya. You don't see them as your protector, don't take them as your friend. وَمَنْ يَتَوَلَّهُمْ مِنْكُمْ فَإِنَّهُ مِنْهُمْ. Whoever associates himself with them, whoever took them as a bosom friend, whoever takes them as a confidant, whoever takes them as his confident person, whoever sees them as their protector, Allah said you are part of them. وَمَنْ يَتَوَلَّى عَنْهُمْ وَمَنْ يَتَوَلَّى مِنْكُمْ فَإِنَّهُ مِنْهُمْ. Whoever believe in them, see them as the protector, the way some of the Arabian countries are seeing the Israelis as their what? As their protector. Majority of them are relating with them, not lillahi wa rasuli. It's because of the weapons that they are getting. You know, we've discussed about these Israeli people. In terms of technological advancement, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestows opportunity on them. They have the will, they have the might. So whoever associates himself to them, keep on relating with them, فَإِنَّهُ مِنْهُمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to raise them together. Inna Allah, definitely Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, la yahdil qawma adh-dhalimin. All those wrongdoers, all those aggressors, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said he's not going to guide them aright. So we, that we are on Islam, Allah has one word for us, he has guided us onto the right path. That's why you should keep on saying, Idina siratal mustaqim. Idina siratal mustaqim is this our own sirat. Siratal ladina an'amta alayhim. The path that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with. Gairil magdubi alayhim walad dolin. Gairil magdubi alayhim walad dolin fall into the category of the Yahudi wa Nasara. Allah continued to be talking concerning this Banu Qaynuqa. فَتَرَى الَّذِينَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ. Oh, you will see those that they have diseases in their heart. And who was that? That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is relating to. Abdullahi, Banu Ubay, Banu Sulul. He was the one that Allah specifically revealed this ayah because of him. فَتَرَى الَّذِينَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ. Because he will portray to be a Muslim during the day and a munafiq and kafir during the night. Allah said you will see. You said they will not feed him. They will be going front and back. As he went to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that, Ya Muhammad, leave my people, I want amnu for them. You said they will not feed him. He will go back to whom? To the Jews. That, don't worry, I've spoken to my people, the Banu Qaynuqa. They will come and support me, we are going to fight Muhammad in his mouth. Allah said you will see them. Yakuluna. They will be saying, Nakhasha an tusibana da'ira. We are scared so that calamity will not befall us. Because then, Abdullahi ibn Ubay ibn Sulul, he has a platonic relationship with the Jews. So, he doesn't want a repercussion. Bain al-ahmar wal-aswad. That among them we have the blacks, among them we have the red people, the yellow people among them. They used to what? They used to rally around him whenever he needed their support. Now, I am an Anif. Muhammad, you have to relinquish the stringent condition you have placed on them. Because I don't want calamity to befall me. Nahasha an tusibana da'ira. I don't want calamity to befall me, so I need to fight for them. Allah now said, فَأَسَى اللَّهُ أَنْ يَأْتِيَ بِفَتْحٍ أَوْ أَمْرٍ مِنْ عِنْدِهِ. Allah said, victory and loss, I'm the one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that I decide. And perhaps me Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and yatiya bi fatin aw amri min indihi, I can give victory to whomever me Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to give the victory to, and I can allow whoever I want him to be vanquished. That decision is left to me Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Fayusbihu ala ma asaru fi anfusihim nadimi. And those that will become victorious upon those that are vanquished, me Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I will give them superiority on those that disbelieve in us. Fatusbihu ala ma asaru fi anfusihim nadimi. And they will now wake up and be regretting of their misdeeds. Those that disbelieve in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah is referring to whom? Abdullahi, Banu Ubay, Banu Sulul, and his cohorts. I hope you are following. وَيَقُولُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, those that believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they will be saying, أَهَؤُلَّاءِ الَّذِي أَقْسَمُوا بِاللَّهِ جَهَدَ أَيْمَانِهِمْ. Are these not the people that are claiming that they believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? إِنَّهُمْ مَعَكُمْ. They will be saying we are part of you. Allah is still referring to Abdullahi ibn Ubay ibn Sulul, because he will claim to be what? To be a believer. But after leaving the premises of the believers, he will turn to something else. Allah said, Abikati amaluhum fasbahu khasirin. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I will not show him mercy. I will not show their categories mercy. Fasbahu khasirin. And they will wake up and become a loser. Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Sulul, he became a loser because he was a munafiq. He was going to the Jews and he was coming to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Islam, we can only judge anybody by facial appearance. We don't know what is in anybody's heart. That is why Allah said, "La tuzaku anfusakum huwa a'lamu biman ittaqa." You don't judge anybody with their intention, because it's only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that knows their intention. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Sulul and the type of him, Fasibahu khasirin, they will wake up as a loser. All their effort will be in futility. They will never gain any success because of their attitude. Allah then said, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, those of you that believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and day of Qiyamah and believe in Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Man yatada minkum an dinihi, whoever turn against al-Islam, fasawfa yati Allah biqawmin, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will soon bring qawmin, a group of people, yuhibunahum wa yuhibunahum. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will love them and they will reciprocate the gesture back to Allah. They too, they will love Allah. My brothers, are we the one that we are worshiping Allah, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is worshiping us? Are we the one that we are honoring Islam, or al-Islam is honoring us? Allah said, Fasofa, Yati becoming. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will soon bring a particular group. Yuhibunahum. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be pleased with them. Why yuhibunahum? And they too will be pleased with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the companions, Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wallazina ma'ahu. Who are the ma'iyya that are there? They are the companions that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, radiyallahu anhu wa radu anhu. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala am pleased with all these companions. And they too, they were pleased with my judgment. It is these companions that some people will be abusing. They will abuse Abu Hurairah, they will abuse Abu Bakr. Those that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had already perfected their honor. Radiyallahu anhu wa radu anhu. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, if you people say you are no more practicing Islam, I will scarify you away from the earth's surface. And I will replace you with those that me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will love, and those that will love me. Azillatin ala al-mu'minin. These people that I will bring on board, they will be very flexible with the believers. They won't make life difficult for them. Even in their fatwa, they will not be telling everybody that all of them will go to hellfire. If everybody goes to hellfire, then Al-Jannah will be empty. That means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has wasted his effort to create the Al-Jannah. And he had already said, Man khalaqta adha batilan. Allah doesn't have time to create something that will not be useful. Allah doesn't have that time. So if Malan stood in front of us and start telling everybody, you didn't do this, you are entering Jahannam. You didn't do this, you are watching the Naru Jahim. If you didn't do this, you are watching who will not enter Al-Jannah? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Azillata ala al-mu'minin, those that they are fatwa, those that they are sermon, will be very flexible with the people. They will tell them about Jahannam, they will tell them about Al-Jannah. Aizatan ala al-kafirina, they will not take any trust from disbelievers. In terms of deen. When it comes in terms of mu'amalat, we need to reevaluate it. A video is flying up and down on social media concerning one Malam from the north that is calling the wife of President Tinubu an infidel that she needs to be killed. And it's a reputable Malam in the society. Did Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us that? Reason why we are sharing all this knowledge with us now. See how we treated the Jews. Not talk of the Nasaras. Not talk of those that did not even have religion. Because of his attitude, made a lot of people that want to kill him. Even Umar, Banu Qaynuqa, his intention was to go and kill Nabi Muhammad. The very day he accepted Islam. Some people are doing what they are doing because the light of Islam has not gotten to them. Some people are doing what they are doing because they are saying, this path that our fathers have been on it, we can't turn back. Like Abdul Talib. Like Abu Talib. When Abu Sufyan were telling him at the point of death, Atargabu Amilati Abu Abaka, do you want to turn back from the path of your father? And Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was also telling him, Kul la ilaha illallah, Ushahidu bika, Yawm al-Qiyamah, Indallah. Say la ilaha illallah. I know how to clear you in front of Allah day of Qiyamah. But he was on the path that Wajadina Aba Ana. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also told them, those of you that used to claim that you met your people, you met your father on this path. Our Aba la yaqiluna shay'an wa la yatadun. If your parents that you are saying you are following them, are they, if they are sensible, would they be worshipping idols? Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, during the jahillya period, before he embraced Islam, if they are traveling, they go and take a stone from the body of Kaaba. They will carry the stone along. When they get to a particular place that they need to worship their idol, they will take meat from their camel. They will now use the meat to do what? To mold. They will mix it with sand like you are preparing concrete. They will now mold it and put that stone, the fragmented stone they took from Kaaba, they put it on it and they will be worshipping it. They fed the sand on the road. They collected the milk from their camel. They mold it and they will be worshipping it. This is the way they were living. So if you are now saying, this is Islam, this is life, and you are saying, Wajadna Aba'ana, we met our father doing it. Allah now told, they didn't keep quiet. You Wajadna Aba'akum, you saw your father doing it. Our Aba'akum la yakiluna shay'an wa la yatadun. If your parents were sensible, Abi, afala yakiluna, it's inside the ayah now. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that, Aizzatin alal kafirin, those that are disbelievers, the Muslim will not take it lightly with them in terms of calling them to da'wah. You don't have audacity to kill anybody. We have discussed this extensively twice. You don't have the audacity. Even the Qadi, the Grand Qadi of his Sharia Islamic court, before he's going to pass a judgment that somebody will be killed, they will have gone front and back for several. In a case, they might be dragging it for years before they will now conclude that he has to be killed. The Abu Sufyan, all his target was to do what? To kill Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was at the 8th year during Fatih Makkah that he became Muslim. I just told us about Safwan ibn Umayyah, the son of Umayyah ibn Khalaf. the master of Bilal. I just told us about it. If the Usnul Khuliki of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was not there, he will not give them mercy. At the conquest of Makkah, Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Whoever manda ala beta Abu Sufyan, fahuwa amin." Abu Sufyan, he had not accepted the religion of Islam that very day. And Nabi Muhammad said, "Whoever enters his house, fahuwa amin," the person is protected. And what they were fighting Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam for? One, they said he was abusing their what? Their idols. Number two, they thought Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to become a superior and emperor on them. They want to drag the kingdomship of Makkah with them. That was what was in their mind. And Nabi Muhammad just came to tell them about Allah. So, we need to be flexible in terms of calling people to da'wah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, those that believe in me, A'izzatan, Azillatan alal mu'minin, they will be very merciful with the believers. A'izzatan alal kafirin, they won't take trash from the kuffar when it comes to the word, to the deen. Yujahiduna fi sabilillah, they will be struggling in the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They will be calling people to the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wala yakhafuna lawmata la'im. They won't be scared of anybody who is going to kill them. They will tell the blatant truth to the authority. And they will not be scared. But which kind of truth that we want to say to the society? Is it this kind of go and kill the president's wife? You can talk to authority. The people that you want to quote ayah of Quran for, they don't pray. So what do you want to tell them about Quran? So you come down to their level. Somebody that don't used to observe Hamsu Salawat, you are talking about Qiyamul Layl and Tahajjud to him. The compulsory one, he has not been doing it. He doesn't fast Ramadan. You are telling him about Thursday, Friday, Thursday, Monday. The original one that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks us, is not fasting, you are telling him about Tatawwa. So you look at this kind of people, the ceremonial Muslims, you come down to their level. You look at the best ayah that feed them in the Quran, that is what you use to talk to them. Not the people that their iman is at 99%, that understood what you are saying. If you are talking about the wife now, the husband, Ganko, what is the difference? Forget about names. Forget about names. Forget about dressing mode. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, our conscious believers, la yakhafuna lawmata la'im, they will not be scared if anybody is going to kill them. Because they will say the what? They will say the truth. They will call the spade the spade. Zalika fadlullahi yuti man yasha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, this is an honor that we, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, used to give whomever wants to give it to. So whoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has preserved on the millah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is a fadlu min Allah. It's an honor. So we that we meet ourselves as a Muslim, that not that we are a reverting to Islam. Huwa fadlu min Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I give him to whoever I want. Wallahu wasi'un alim. Allah said, my knowledge is very broad, is very vast. So, Abdullahi ibn Ubada ibn Samit. Ubada ibn Samit. You know, I told us, the Banu Qaynuqa, they sent emissaries to Abdullahi ibn Ubay ibn Sulul. And they sent whom? Ubada ibn Samit. Ubada ibn Samit said, I can't be your Anif again. I can't be your liaison officer because you have betrayed the constitution, you have betrayed the treaty, you have betrayed the charter that you agree with Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah now spoke about him. You know, Allah has told us whom Abdullahi ibn Ubay ibn Sulul was. Now that one that said, okay, me, I will not support you. Innama waliyukumullah wa rasuluhu. Those that will be your protector, and those that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his messenger will protect. Wallazina amanu. They are those that believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ubada ibn Samit. Allazina yukimuna salata. They are those that used to uphold their salat. They are so conscious about their salat. Ubada ibn Samit is in. وَيُؤْتُونَ الزَّكَاةَ, and they used to what? They used to give out their zakat. وَهُمْ رَاكِعُونَ, and every time they used to prostrate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is telling us about the qualities of those that believe in Him, in which Ubada ibn Samit fell into. Allah now said, وَمَنْ يَتَوَلَّى اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ, whoever turned to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His prophet, that said, oh, whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants is what I will do. Whatever Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wants is what I will do. Allah said, whoever does that. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, and relate with those that believe in Allah and believe in Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. فَإِنَّ حِزْبَ اللَّهِ هُمُ الْغَالِبُونَ, it is their group that will become victorious. And that is the group of whom? Ubada ibn Samit. Because he turned back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that these Jews, that they had agreement with Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they have betrayed Nabi Muhammad. So I will not be part of you any longer. Yatawalla Allah wa rasulahu. Allah said, he turned back to us. He said, yes, I used to be their Anif. I used to be their liaison officer. No more, because they have betrayed. Allah now said those categories of people in which Ubada ibn Samit belongs to. Humul Galibun. They are the ones that they will become what? They will become victorious wherever they find themselves. In conclusion, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, those of you that believe in me, la tattakhizul ladhina tahaju dinakum uzwan wal la'iban. Those that used to mock your religion, la tattakhizuhum, don't relate with them. Those that are mocking our religion of Islam, we should not relate with them. Those that are changing the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, S.A.W. ayatillahi samanan qalilan. They are dishing out the verses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just to get money from these people. Allah says, la tattakhizuhum, don't make them your friend. The Jews, don't make them your friend. The Nasaras, don't make them friend. The Mustashrikun, don't make them your friends. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning us against them. Don't play with them and don't relate with them. Min alladhina utul kitaba. Among those that we are giving scripture to, Allah gave the Christians, He gave them scripture. He gave the Jews, He gave them scripture. He gave us our scripture. Allah said those that are mocking your religion and mocking your scripture, la tattakhizuhum awliya. Don't make them your friend. Don't relate with them. Don't make them your confidants. And those that were before you, we want them. They should not do the same. Wataqullaha. Allah said, I'm warning you. You should fear Allah in kuntum mu'minin. If sincerely you are a believer and you believe in whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So this is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us concerning the incident of Banu Qaynuqa, the first group of the Jews that Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam invaded in Medina, and the first group of Jews that Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam expelled from Medina because of what they did. So now every one of us, if they are talking about why did Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam expel the Jews of Medina, at least you have the knowledge of one now. And there are three, as I have been telling us all this while. So that of Banu Qaynuqa, the first one, is the one we've been able to discuss with us, and we can see from the Quran, Ayatul Quran. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless what we have learned. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us of our shortcomings. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala count us among the people that will be raised with Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallim taslima.